Hi and welcome to my teeny tiny and messy studio. I know I said I wouldn't make videos in a long time, but I realized I really need a creative weekend. So it's Saturday. I have been editing wedding pictures all week, and yesterday I just realized it made me so angry, and then I realized it was time to take a break. If you're new here, my name is Angelica and I make videos about printmaking and sewing and creative things. And I've recently moved into another house where I have a separate room for my crafts and my printmaking, but also my editing, computer, like my office and everything. And there's still so much to do in the house. So like a few days ago I painted like the walls of the hallway and everything, and I just really need a creative outlet. So that's what I'm gonna do this weekend, and I just thought, why not film it? Because so my project for this weekend, or I hope today, is gonna be sewing, and sewing something new, sewing a dress. Just a simple summer dress, because I'm not sure where you are from, but here in the Netherlands summer has been very pesky and, well, not very summery. Lots of rain, and the next few days are going to be good. Lots of sunshine, like 24 degrees, perfect weather for a summer dress. And that's what I'm gonna do. So, this is a dress, oh wait, that I've made before, and I think it's based on one of the patterns of Rosary Apparel. I'm gonna link it down in the description box. I really like it, and I've been wanting to remake this in another color, a bit more vibrant, a little bit less, well, this feels just a little bit, someone just said to me, it looked very Little House on the Prairie. That's not really my vibe, but you know, very dread wife, I guess. And this is gonna be the fabric, which I think is such a cool color. Okay, I hope you can see this with the light, but this is my little folder with patterns. I threw a lot of my patterns away when I moved because I just didn't know how to, like, they were just crammed into little nooks and everywhere, so I just got rid of those. But I think I found the ones that I needed, which is, I feel like this is a little bit of a roulette. I'm just gonna see if this works out because I have no clue. It does says front of dress, and this looks very familiar to the blue dress, and this says back of the dress. I'm not sure what I've meant with these lines, but I'm just gonna measure up the blue one and see if they come across, and maybe make this a little wider. And for the sleeves, I think I really want to use the sleeves for the normal blouse, which I just really like, and I think by the look of it that it should be this one. It really looks similar, so I think I'm gonna use that one. And with this dress I used some elastics. I think the light is really bad. I should have filmed from the other side, I'm sorry. But I might just let it loose for this dress, so I'm not sure about that yet, but I am excited to start. So yeah, let's just try, I guess. So after cutting, this is what I have left, and I think it will be the perfect length, so very excited about that. Yeah, this is weird. It's also wide, but because I'm not going to use a zipper, that's why I made it a little wider. And if it's too small, I cannot fit it over my head and my back. I have a little bit of a hunchback, so this looks weird, but whatever. That is what it is. But I do think this is still a little bit too long. This is what always happens. So I'm gonna make this a little higher, and I'm not sure what to do with this. I'm not sure if you can see that. Wait, like this is sticking out really bad. I think because the back is quite wide, and again I have a little bit of a hunchback, and so this is just gaping. I think I'm just gonna cut it really low and hope it lays down a little bit better. Could also be the shoulder seams. That might work also, but I'm not too sure. Hi, so I went away into the city to get my friend a present for tonight, and I walked to the city, which is like a 25-minute walk, and it had me thinking about this dress, and I realized that a few things. First of all, I'm going to adjust the shoulder seams, because now you can see it already, like when I like this, you can see there's a little bit too much space here, and when I stretch, this needs a bit more stretch, I guess. Not sure how I can, it needs a bit more tension, that's the word I'm looking for. So I'm gonna see if I can get that with adjusting the shoulder seams. And for this dress, I think I'm gonna shorten the bodice just a little bit, even though it's just as long as this one. For some reason it looks really weird and bulky at the waist. It could also be because I still have the shirring on it visible, so that might be a problem. But I think I'm gonna shorten the bodice and then cut out, or remove the stitches on the skirt and make it a little bit more less sheared less frumpy, and then maybe like make it a little A-line, so it looks less like I'm wearing a pregnancy dress, which I guess is fine. Maternity dress, is that the word? Not sure. Anyway, that is what I'm going to try. And I also realized that it needs a split, because the skirt isn't really that wide. It isn't as wide as this one, because this one I used the whole length, the whole width, I mean all of the fabric, and I didn't with this one, I just used half of it. So it's a little tight when I want to spread my legs. That sounds really wrong, but you know what I mean. So yeah, that's lots of adjusting to do, I guess. Yeah, I'm getting quite rusty. Ow! No, this did not wet right. Oh. Okay, not sure if you can see everything, but this is too wide, so I need to change this, and it still feels really baggy. For some reason this feels really grandma. So I'm thinking about using a little elastic here, so it's a little tighter, and I think I'm gonna make it a little shorter. And of course the sleeves, I do think the sleeves will make it look so much cuter, but for now I still feel like very grandma, and this is also not doing well. Next time I'm gonna make a different one that's a lot easier than this one, mark my words. So I have talked about having a love-hate relationship with drawing before and other videos as well, and I would like to really say once again, I used to hate drawing so much. I studied illustration at art school. I got my degree in illustration, but it was honestly such a struggle and kind of traumatizing. I know that word is highly overused nowadays, but it really made me really insecure, and I really hated drawing after graduating. And for the last few years I am finally finding the groove back again. And mind you, I've graduated 15 years ago. I am old, yes, thank you. And one of the reasons that I really like drawing again is to just not be hard on myself. So to just draw simple things, make mistakes, let it be ugly. I don't want it to be perfect, and just release all that pressure, I guess. And the same goes with these videos. I make these videos and they are, honestly, I don't really like the edits. They are always so simple. They could have been so much better, but I just really like to half-ass things, if you can call it that. And it's not always a good trait, but in this kind of situation, I feel like with the drawing, I feel like it's better than nothing, and it really makes drawing fun again, to just let go of perfection. And sometimes you need perfection, and I use that in work, I guess, but just not for fun, and not for videos, and not for drawing. And I hope you can draw and sketch and paint or whatever as well, or sew, for example, and just let it be imperfect, because it doesn't have to be perfect. Hello. It's now in the afternoon at around 3:30, so it's quite late and it's getting quite warm in here, so I'm keeping the curtains closed because the sun is on these windows the whole day, and it's like 24 degrees outside, which is tropical for the Netherlands this summer because we've had the worst summer ever. And I really need to finish my dress. I had just an amazing afternoon. I went for a run this morning and did my laundry, which is not very exciting, but I really love it when you can just hang it outside, and especially with this sun, it's just dry in a few hours. And then I made myself a very nice lunch, which I also didn't really film, sorry, but I made a sandwich with burrata, which is just amazing. And then I went drawing, which I have shown, which I have filmed. And now it's time to finish my dress, or so I hope. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really like where this dress is going. So what I'm gonna try is I'm gonna make one of these sides a little smaller, And I'm gonna try and sew some elastic in the waist, and I hope that will make it look less like a maternity dress, even though I don't really mind things look like a maternity dress. I mean, this dress is also really wide, but for some reason it looks odd on this one. Not sure why. It's giving me granny. And I do really feel I am a granny and I love granny vibes, but for some reason not this kind of granny. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, let's sew and see if I can finish this today, or maybe not. So it's done, and to be honest, I am in the end pleasantly surprised. When I started it, it went all very well, and then it ended up being all messed up, and then somehow I did fix it, I guess, sort of. So I'll show you a video when I'm walking in the garden so I get a full length view, because this is turned out to be a maxi length dress. A few things that I've altered. Once again, I made shoulder seams very small. I like it when my shoulder seams are up here, because otherwise I'll get very wide, especially with the puffy sleeves. I do really acknowledge that it's not perfect at all. This is where the nips here are way too wide. Makes me get like crazy grandma boobs, I guess. Maybe that's why it reminds me of a grandma dress. And you know, this one of these sleeves is good and the other one is a little bit odd, but it's just a quick make. And I also don't really like how this folds. Not sure if you can see that on top of the seam. So it still looks like I have pockets, but now I don't have any pockets, but it still looks like that. And I think that's because I made a curve in the seam, I guess. Another thing that I've altered is using an elastic, because for the back I think it does look so much better. I mean, it still looks like a maternity dress. I have a huge full baby right now, by the way. But you know, maternity dresses are very comfy, so I'm fine with that. The neckline it turned out to be pretty much okay. The gaping in the neck, which I think you can maybe still see, isn't as bad as it was in the beginning. I fixed the shoulder seams, but also used bias binding and like folded it twice, so it once and so it once again, so it's very sturdy. It is very small, the neckline. I do like that look, and also I think in summer it's best to just don't expose much skin, because you know we'll all die from skin cancer. It just goes just over my head, so I do need to put off my glasses, otherwise my head won't be able to stick through it. But overall, I'm pretty pleased. I had such a few crazy months with the move, but also high season. I'm a wedding photographer and I've been editing so many wedding pictures this week that I'm feeling really burnt out. Yeah, and it's been very nice to get the creative juices flowing again, and thank you so much for watching.